Well, good morning from downtown Minneapolis. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Minneapolis, but this is right downtown here in Washington, and in the back there you can see the beautiful US Bank Stadium. My name is Dan Malott, and I'm down here to do a quick Cirrus training mission. I have two clients down here in Minneapolis. Actually, I have a number of clients down here, but these two gentlemen need to have their instrument proficiency checks, the IPC, done. And so they asked if I could come down and work with them today. And typically if we can combine their training with like a flight mission, we always try to do that. So today they have a flight down to Omaha, Nebraska, just for a quick drop off of a passenger. So anyway, we're gonna drop the passenger off, and then we'll do a little training with one person down there, and then the other gentleman will jump in and we'll do his training on the way back to, they're out of St. Paul. So last night I flew down to St. Paul. Normally I would probably come down in the morning. The flight isn't until 9 a.m. But I had some other stuff that I have to do. So we had some other stuff to be working on. So came down last night, worked on a few things, and then got up this morning, gonna head out to the airport here shortly. Because it's training and there's an extra passenger, I probably will not be videoing in flight, but I'll take some pictures and try to get a couple of video shots while we're out and about and show you some pictures of the Cirrus. But you know, I've talked to a lot of you about the Cirrus training, and if you're a flight instructor, some of the cool things that you can do as a CFI. And certainly the greatest thing I think really of being a Cirrus instructor is the amazing people that you meet. And anybody that's a Cirrus instructor will tell you just a lot of great people that you get to meet in the Cirrus community. The other thing that's amazing is, you know, I talk about this, collegiate flight instruction, or you know, the Part 61 kind of line FBO flying where you're just trying to build flight experience. Nothing wrong with that. You know, certainly the collegiate experience gives you a lot of flight hours in a very short period of time. But when you look at something like specialty flight instruction with something like a Cirrus, or maybe you get into something like the Piper Malibu, the PA-46, or even the light turboprops, you really start to have a career opportunity. So in the Cirrus market, it depends on the location, but most guys are going to charge, you know, at the very low end in rural America, maybe $400 or $500 an hour, up to the coast, or not $500 an hour, $400 or $500 a day. $500 an hour would be awesome, but $400 to $500 per day in the smaller areas, all the way up to, I know a lot of the coastal centers are going to be charging $1,000 a day. And if you train in like the turbine PA-46, like the Piper Meridian or the Pilatus world, those guys will charge up to $1,500 a day. So really, the opportunity to earn a very good living if you're good at marketing and you're good at relationship building and you can maintain your clients is pretty amazing. So anyway, I'll try to take a couple shots. Just, you know, I know now with COVID, there's a lot of uncertainty. I know a lot of you may be looking at instructor opportunities. And just keep that in mind, that if you're willing to think outside the box, if you're into like marketing and building your own brand and finding clients, you know, people that have a $500,000 airplane, they're not looking for the cheapest instructor. You know, they're looking for the best person to train them. So always keep that in mind, that relationships and that type of stuff comes first, even if, I mean, sadly, but above your ability to instruct. You know, your ability to maintain relationships, build relationships, network, treat people great, you know, that's going to be way better than even your ability to flight instruct. So I know a lot of people say, well, I don't have that much experience, or I don't know if I'm that great of an instructor. Hey, look, if you're a great person and you're good at, you know, marketing and getting out and networking, you can actually earn a pretty good income as a flight instructor. So don't buy into the old saying like, you know, poor CFIs, because those days are long gone. You know, you should be charging for your time, and it is a good career. You meet a lot of great people, and as long as you're a professional, you can, you know, like I said, you can make a decent living at it. Anyway, I'll try and take a couple shots as I'm able, but this time may be a little challenging for the in-flight footage. All right, well, let's talk to you soon.
everybody, from 16,000 feet. I hope you're doing great. We are heading back to the beautiful Grand Forks, North Dakota. And what do you know, there's rain and precipitation there. So anyway, it's been a great day of training. We got down to Omaha, dropped our passenger off, did some training. All in all, I think it was about 5 hours of flight training. One of the customers wanted to go to the airport that he flies to when they bring their family to the lake. So it was just a little bit of extra flight time, but definitely that's a great mindset of a student to be thinking of, hey, these are the real approaches that I'm doing. Is there a chance that we could head over there and do those actual approaches to the actual airport? So we went over there, we did a circling approach, which is just a great experience for a client when you can actually work those things in. The trip was uneventful. We had mostly great weather. Anyway, couldn't have asked for a better day to go fly. Coming back here, there is a little bit of weather. I'm hoping that we can get around most of it, get back into Grand Forks. So anyway, as I mentioned in the morning, if you have an interest in that private flight instruction market, Cirrus instruction, Beechcraft, Bonanza, or there's just a lot of types that have specialty flight instructors, and I talk about this in our GA Ops class. Really just a great opportunity, lots of great people that you can meet. Yes, every now and again you get a difficult, challenging client, but that's so far and few between. Most of the clients are great people, and I had a great time. Looking forward to getting back home. Usually, like I said, I think I mentioned, can't remember if I mentioned this in the morning video or not, but a lot of times I'll drive down to work with a client. I wouldn't necessarily fly down for 1 day of flight instruction, but as I mentioned, we had some other stuff we had to do, so it was worth coming down the day before. And then we also have something going on this evening, so it's nice to be able to hop in the general aviation aircraft and then fly back home. So at any rate, I hope you enjoyed the video and the pictures. We had a great day of training, and if you have any specific questions that I can answer, always feel free to reach out. Always appreciate those discussions. All right, take care.